Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we have something super exciting to take a look at with you guys, and it is the newest Legacy Collection set from Mattel. And this is a set that I was really excited about because it's the first time we've got the actual really nice screen accurate paint schemes to the Velociraptors so far as the original Jurassic Park Raptors go. And you can see that the packaging here on the front does look really quite nice. We of course have John Hammond, Ellie Sattler, and the two Raptors. I actually think the packaging is so incredibly nice. I'm definitely going to have to buy another just to keep in box, but you can see the back of the box also sports the images here on the back of all that is included, including that beautiful "When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth" banner right there. So I am absolutely beyond excited to get this open and take a look at it with you guys, so let's go ahead and do that right now. So here is our John Hammond. Here is John Hammond's cane. We also have Ellie Sattler, who I didn't put up there very well because she's not standing currently. And here's one Velociraptor, and two Velociraptors, and then the really beautiful "When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth" banner right there. And at first glance out of the packaging, this set looks absolutely incredible as far as the overall nostalgic feel and its relation clearly to the original film Jurassic Park. So I immediately want to commend Mattel on doing just an incredible job on this set already before we even take a closer look. But let's go ahead and actually do that right now. So starting with the human figures, you can see John Hammond actually does look really quite nice and definitely has a very strong resemblance to John Hammond from the films. I think they've done a very good job as far as his likeness goes. We do have articulation here in the head, so that is always awesome to be able to pose your John Hammond any way that you would like. The actual head of Hammond, again, does look really quite nice as far as both the sculpt and paint goes, and you can see they've really put a lot of care into this figure. Even the eyes look incredibly nicely done. His glasses, the beard, everything is about as top-notch as it gets as far as the paintwork. No sloppiness or anything at all. You can also see the hat looks really nice up here on the head of John Hammond. As you move down into the body, you can see that the actual coat is just that. It is an actual legitimate coat. And you can see, of course, the underside here of John Hammond, his shirt and everything that he's got on under there. You can also see that the detailing of said coat is really beautiful as well. You even have a very nice watch sculpted out and painted very nicely down here on the arm of Mr. Hammond, and everything seems to be painted again perfectly. There is no sloppiness at all, and you have articulation here in the shoulder. The arm can come out and of course go forward and back. You have articulation in the elbow as well. So nice articulation in our John Hammond, and as we move down into the legs, again, it continues to look absolutely beautiful, even having kind of like folds in the pants and everything of Mr. Hammond, and you can also see the shoes look really nice as well. And again, we have articulation in the knee, and then articulation up here in the hip. So a very nicely sculpted, very nicely painted, and beautifully articulated John Hammond figure. And his cane as well is really nicely done. For how small this is, it has some incredible amounts of sculpt and detail within the cane itself, but then even the amber area, you can see that there is actually a mosquito there. So it's very screen accurate overall, and another really cool little addition to Hammond right there. And then as far as Ellie goes, Ellie Sattler, I think, looks really nice as far as her likeness goes. A little bit weird, I guess you could say, up there in the face, but not too bad. Definitely, as far as an action figure goes, it's without question the nicest likeness that we've had so far to Ellie Sattler. Nicely painted eyes and everything up there on the head. The hair is pretty much just like it was in the film as far as I can recall. As we move down here into the body, again, lots of really nice wrinkles in her shirt and everything as far as both the undershirt and her shirt that is over top of the undershirt. I think both look really good as far as the detailing goes. There isn't really too much to be found in Ellie's outfit that you would find just tons of detail, but I love even the belt is painted really beautifully down here on Ellie. And of course, just like John Hammond, we have that same articulation with the head, the shoulder, the elbow, and of course the arms can come out. And then you have the hip and the knee as far as articulation. And actually, swiveling here in the hip, which I didn't mention, is on John Hammond. Ellie's shorts are also sculpted really beautifully. Very nice paintwork on the figure in every aspect, and again, nothing is sloppy at all. It all looks really, really beautiful. Her boots are also sculpted beautifully. It would have been really cool if they actually had painted the shoelaces, but I mean, that's just kind of getting a little carried away. As far as an action figure goes, I think this one is just as awesome as the John Hammond as far as the detailing and sculpt and articulation. A beautiful, beautiful Ellie Sattler. And then we get to our Velociraptors, who we have actually reviewed before. We've reviewed these raptors a number of times, as these are just both of the two variants of Attack Pack raptors, but they do perfectly have that kind of Jurassic Park type of a sculpt to them, so they were really pretty much the perfect choice for this style of a set. But you can see that as far as the paintwork goes, that's pretty much the only thing we're really going to have to look at, because that's only what is new with this figure in comparison to what we've already reviewed in the past. But you can see that the paintwork is really nicely done with some beautiful variations of browns that are very, very reminiscent of the raptors from the film. We, of course, have the articulated jaw with a very nice lighter coloration here on the lower jaw. The inside of the mouth is given a very nice pinkish coloration for the tongue, the skin flaps, and the back of the mouth there, the throat area. The upper side of the inside of the mouth is not painted. It's nothing more than the same color that you see as far as the primary body color up here. The teeth are actually really nicely painted, though. There doesn't appear to be any sloppiness at all. Beautifully painted eyes with a very nice greenish color, given that very nice slit pupil as well. Quite reminiscent, again, to what we have seen in the Jurassic Park film. And then moving down the body, you can see that that very nice darker brown is really, really nicely applied, and almost looks like it has like tones of different versions of browns within, like a little bit of a lighter brown and a darker brown as well. And it continues to run the entire body, even out onto the tail, but only ends, it ends right there. It doesn't run out any further onto the tail, which is a little bit of a downside, but honestly, I don't really think it needed to go all the way out there, but it would have been just nice to have it run the whole length of the body. And then here on the underside, you can see that we have like this lighter creamy type of a color that runs from the lower jaw down here onto the body and ends right here in the lower part of the pelvic area. You also have the Jurassic Facts app right there, if you do want to add this to your collection. We also do have some nail paint, though, on our raptors, so that is really nice to see. Some beautiful black nails, and they are given a very nice gloss coat. Again, it would have been nice to have some fingernails painted, but it's not the end of the world. And then throughout the raptor, we have just kind of those black speckles that you do usually see on the Mattel figures, and wow, the eyes are painted really nicely on mine, first of all, so I do want to state that that looks really good as far as the eyes go. There's no real sloppiness, which has been a concern of some of the Mattel figures in the past, actually quite a lot of them. But the eyes on these ones here look to be done really well, but the paint scheme looks so unbelievably beautiful on this raptor, and I always thought that this and the other raptor here that is included as far as these Attack Pack ones go looked perfect for the original Jurassic Park raptors as far as like the poses and everything. It just really made me feel like moments from the Jurassic Park film were the inspiration for the positioning of the body. So it's really cool to see that these two raptors specifically are the ones that did finally get the cut as far as the Jurassic Park style paint scheme. And looking at the other one here, again, it's pretty much exactly the same, it seems like, as the previous version, the previous crouching raptor, which is exactly what you would want because they did look the same in the film, but the paintwork on this one as well is just gorgeous. Nothing appears to be sloppy at all on the figure. Again, that darker brown runs down into the same positioning here on the tail, that same area, but honestly, it is beautiful as far as the paintwork goes. No sloppiness on either side, I think, as far as the eye on this one. Nope. Both look really, really good. Very nice articulated jaw. Very nice coloration on the inside of the mouth. The teeth, again, don't appear to be sloppily painted or anything. They actually look really, really good, even though my camera is having a hard time focusing on it because it's trying to focus on the other figures there in the background. But again, really beautiful paintwork on this figure as well. I was always a very big fan of the sculpt, and there's the Jurassic Facts app again for this raptor. But I've always been a very big fan of the sculpt of these raptors, even from their initial releases, so I am really psyched to see them now with the Jurassic Park raptor colors. And then we do have our banner, which I knocked that raptor over, which is a very beautiful, actually seems like a pretty high quality fabric, and looks exactly like it did in the film, which creates so many possibilities as far as dioramas you can use this with, and just a lot of awesome ways to display this banner, which is just kind of the icing on the cake, I think, for the entire set. It's very nice, high quality, nice and strong, and overall an awesome addition to this beautiful Legacy Collection set. As far as a size goes, for John Hammond, you are going to see him come in at just a little over 3.5 inches or 9 centimeters. And of course, Ellie is probably going to be exactly the same. Yep, just exactly the same as far as the size goes. I mean, all the humans, except for like Maisie and maybe some of the newer Camp Cretaceous characters, are probably all going to be in that same size range. If I could get her foot to just turn so she'll balance out. I don't have any balancing issues with the humans from the Mattel line, so I figured that would balance quite nicely once I got the foot into position. And as far as the Raptors go, you can see that I knocked them over now, but the Raptor is about 7.5 inches long or 19 centimeters in length, for a height a little over 2.25 inches or about 6 centimeters for the crouching version. And then for the standing version, you are looking at about 7 inches or about 18 centimeters in length, and then about 4 inches or 10 centimeters for a height. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Golovosaurus, and even including Robert Muldoon with his best friends, the Velociraptors, here to help give you an idea of how large these figures are if you actually don't have any of them. But I'm imagining at this point you probably have a human figure and probably one of these Velociraptors as far as the Attack Pack versions go from some point if you are a collector of the Mattel line. So you probably already know how large they are, but just in case you don't, hopefully these figures will help out. So as far as Legacy Collection figures from Mattel goes, this may be one of my favorite sets. Actually, you know what? It definitely is one of my favorite sets so far from the Legacy Collection, and it is awesome to see the Legacy Collection still releasing figures. I was kind of afraid that the Brachiosaurus would potentially be the last to release in the Legacy Collection line, but luckily we now have surefire proof with this set that that is not the case, and it will continue to live on, and hopefully we will have many more releases in the future as far as the Legacy Collection goes. But as far as this specific set goes, every figure in here is actually a re-release of a figure that we have had previously, except for the John Hammond, who was only a limited release as far as an SDCC exclusive, so this is his first real widespread release as far as John Hammond goes. So that is a plus for anyone that happened to miss out on the John Hammond from the initial release, that very cool Jurassic Park limited set from a while back. But as far as Ellie goes, she's pretty much exactly the same as far as the previous Ellie releases that I can tell. I honestly don't notice any difference at all. If you happen to have noticed something, definitely let me know, but as far as I can tell, she looks like the exact same figure. As far as the Velociraptors go, each one of those are the same sculpts as previously released, but just given this very cool, really beautiful, newer Jurassic Park style paint scheme. So that is pretty much the huge selling point as far as these Raptors go, is now having that beautiful, nostalgic paint scheme as far as the Jurassic Park Velociraptors go, which I think is just absolutely awesome. That is just my favorite part of this set, is having these Raptors finally with the Jurassic Park color schemes on them, and I think they look so incredibly good because of that. I am so psyched about this set, even with it being all pretty much re-releases. I don't normally get so excited for a re-release, but the Jurassic Park paint schemes on the Velociraptors really make this set just an absolute must-have as far as I'm concerned. And the packaging that it actually came in was really beautiful. And again, I'm going to have to probably buy another set just to keep in box. It was really that nice to look at. Just having such that beautiful nostalgic feel. This entire set is just gorgeous as far as every single figure included, and having that "When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth" banner there is, like I said earlier, just pretty much the icing on top of the cake as far as the overall appeal factor to this set goes. So if you ask me, this is a 1000% win from Mattel. Some people, it may not be your cup of tea because you may not like re-releases or repaints or anything, but as far as I'm concerned, the nostalgic feel here is off the charts, and this is an incredibly awesome release yet again from the Mattel Jurassic World line. So if you would like to pick this up, head to your local Target because that's exactly where I found mine. And since the Camp Cretaceous line is officially being released at Target currently, they've really stocked up the Jurassic section recently, so you should hopefully have no problems at all acquiring this set if you do head over to your local Target. So good luck, guys. Happy hunting. Hopefully you guys can acquire this quite easily, and make sure before you run out and go buy this set that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.